Hey yo, what's up people? It's your boy Evan Tungwai, back again to the channel. Why does it feel like a delusion? But let me tell you something. This is not a delusion. It is a reality. And the reason why it feels like a delusion, it is because no one in their lifetime has done it. No one in my lifetime has done it. No one around me has done it, has got to become a billionaire. That is why it feels like a delusion. But I have done the statistics, I have done the research, and today I'm going to tell you it feels like it is. It is a delusion until you get to make it. But first of all, you have to get your priorities right. You have to know most people decide you your dreams. Most people become like that. They don't want you to as they key. So let's get into the video. So today, I made the list. I made the list. I wanted to talk about Kenyan billionaires. I'm talking in the Kenyan shilling. So these are the real net worth of the most wealthy individuals in Kenya, in their net worth and how they got there. So here are Kenya's, this is a list I made. Here are Kenya's top 10 real billionaires and ultra wealthy individuals along with how they book their lives. Number 1, the one who's leading today is Manila Manila. He has a net worth of 1.7 billion. He tops as the richest person in Manu Shandari, born in Nairobi in 1999. He completed engineering degrees in India and in the US. Then returned to build the Comcraft group into a multinational manufacturing powerhouse across 40 countries. His ventures span aluminium, steel, and industrial materials. He is also a major philanthropist, honored with an OBE. So, this guy is very old, and he had a very privileged education. And he got exposure and explored the world. So he came and built the company. He dwelt in manufacturing of aluminium, steel, and industrial materials. The next person who tops is Mama Ngina Kenyatta, $1 billion. Mama Ngina Kenyatta is the former first lady of Kenya with a net worth of 1 billion, making her the only female dollar billionaire in Kenya. Her interests span real estate, hospitality, and banking with stakes in Peponi School, Brookside Daily, NCBA Bank, and MediaMax. The third person is Samia Naushad Merali, 790 million. Now we are going to multi-million dollar people. I don't know, but Samia inherited most of his wealth, giving him a net worth of almost 790 million on control share of the group, which has interest in banking, real estate, manufacturing. The fourth person is that I want you to notice the patterns. $80 million. Jaswinde Shengeli Bendi is known for his success in the textile industry. All of these people had industries. With Bendi Textile, his estimated net worth is 680 million. Highlight his influence in the sector. Bimji Depa Shah. Most of these people are not even Kenyans. 420 to 750 million. And these are all people. Has Kenya's Bimji Depa Shah is one of the most influential in best performing countries. As a small manufacturing in 70 grew into a multinational corporation producing edible oils, soaps, and detergents. His net worth is estimated at 420 million to 750 million, depending on Patel, 800 million, but Patel is a Kenyan investment who owns Safari Limited, holds minority several public traded companies in Nairobi. Most even Nairobi Security Exchange. Nairobi Security Exchange, like the New York Stock Exchange, is company stocks are public. People to buy the Nairobi Security Exchange. This is like the people doing next who trade in the fashion way. $400, he's a millionaire. Mahendra, he's basically a billionaire. Mahendra Patel, a net worth of 430 million, is the owner and the founder of Ramco Group, which started as a small hardware shop in Nairobi in 1948. Since the conglomerate, $440 to $400 million. Narendra Raval, founder German Deviki Group, has a net worth of around 400 million. His main income comes from a leading materials for manufacturer producing steel, cement, and Uhuru Kenyatta, $100 million. President Uhuru Kenyatta, significant group day and better here. His net worth in 2026 is estimated to be $500. SK is around 20 billion shares. He is the founder and chairman of Royal Service, the private radio and television network in East Africa, with an estimated net worth of more than 40 billion Kenyan shillings, that is around $320 billion. Dr. James Mwangi, 170 million. Dr. James Mwangi is the group CEO of Equity Group Holdings. He built his fortune from his significant stake in the Equity Group and has also invested heavily in stocks and real estate. He is widely regarded as a self-made success story. So, the key takeaways from all of these people and their backgrounds: most wealth in Kenya comes from manufacturing, banking, real estate, and media. Kenya is a home to 330 multi-millionaires and 8,300 high net worth individuals, with Nairobi emerging as one of the continent's leading cities for millionaires. Several top fortunes are inherited or family based, like Kenyatta, Moi, and Merali families, while others like Chandaria, Mwangi are largely self-made. So, what do we learn from this? And what is the moral of these statistics? This is a research I made, and I wanted to show you that there are these people who get to make it, and it takes time. And becoming a billionaire is not something easy. Everyone wants what you want. How are you going to do it different? How is a young man from Kenya who doesn't really know about money, who is from a poor background, going to become a billionaire in his early 20s? That is the big question of this journey. This is the big puzzle that must be figured out. And this puzzle you and me are going to figure out the puzzles, the pieces that are going to complete this puzzle. And the challenge is we must complete this before this age has come to pass. We thank and pray to God that He will give us the life and is going to give this life, and we don't really care about obstacles because they are going to teach us on how to be strong and how to structure our way. Challenges are lessons to learn. We don't pray to God that He doesn't give us challenges. We want challenges. And as you follow along this journey, let me tell you something, by the way. Let me give you some statistics. So how can someone become a billionaire in Kenya starting at the age of 22 years, starting to work at the age of 22 years old with nothing? So, the great question I'm asking, how can someone become a billionaire in Kenya from the age of 22 to starting working at the age of 22 years without skills? Because I understand that most of you who watch my videos don't have a skill. This is not going to be easy, and we are here to try to figure it out. We are here to motivate ourselves. You are in this channel to try to help. We are here to build a community to try to help each other out. So it is a great question, and the fact that you people are asking how can someone become a billionaire starting young in your early 20s, it is actually a right starting point. And let me read out the points that I wrote down, because I made a script and I didn't want to go out of the script because I know that I'm letting go out of my script because my mind is so, I have a lot of ideas. Here's the realistic a very specific roadmap that we are going to use to get there. First of all, we have to understand that what made billionaires in Kenya rich. Looking at the list above that I just mentioned, the patterns are very, very clear. They came from manufacturing, like Shandaria, Shah, and Raval. They came from banking and finance, like Mwangi and Munga. Media, like SK Masharia, who owns the Royal Media, and real estate. Almost all of them invested in real estate and trade and distribution. None of them started with billions. Most of them, they started with one skill, one opportunity, or maybe one hustle. So, how will you be able to achieve this? If you have a will, your will is the seed and the skills are the soil. So, learn one high income skill for free, like digital marketing. It doesn't fucking matter. Go and just work for anyone. It doesn't fucking matter how much money you start making. What matters is your mentality, the way you approach life, and knowing that life is abundant and you can literally have anything. But first of all, you have to survive. First of all, you have to get your mind right and your priorities right. We are kids. If you are in your 20s, what you have to do is go get somewhere, learn a skill, be an expert on that skill until you mature your mind about money and the world. That is what most people don't get to tell you. It is better for you to struggle, to hustle, to be fucking broke in your early 20s. Learn about life the hard way so that you will get the unlimited motivation and the real grounding in reality that you need in order to face this life with that aggressiveness that is going to get you somewhere, or is going to make you a person who's willing and who's capable of handling this large amount of money. This is not just money. These are not just numbers. They are influence. They are control. You are able to deploy a huge amount of force into the economy. You are able to lay out employment. You are able to capable of a lot of things. And that power, without a proper grounding in reality, it will break you. That is why I say that it is good to be broke. It is good to start from the bottom. I want you to look at something. Most of these children, these millionaires, they have been good for themselves. They were brought up. They on this is a small fraction to make who get to escape, or maybe to multiply exponentially. They have they need to deploy new industries because they never got grounded in reality, because they have been brought up in wealth. That is why I'm telling you, it's to do what? To come from poverty, to be broke in your early 20s. Don't go into most of these people who start wealth, they are going to go down. Like the pattern you realize with this multi-million is that they work for very time. Started from the bottom. They never inherited it. They have done about well. They start to maintain it. I say go and learn a skill like digital marketing, either it is coding, it is graphic design, sales, accounting. Don't let you that AI is going to take anything from you. AI is not taking. AI is removing the repetitive tasks. We need it. The internet, when it came, people said, okay, the TV is going. People watch TV today, and people watch Citizen TV today. We iterate with it, and you learn how to move it. You learn how to move with the system. Just move, learn about. If AI is coming to take it, learn about it. Learn about it, but you, first of all, learn a skill. So that AI is not here to take your job. AI is here as an assistant to help you to increase the potential you have on that skill. But first of all, use YouTube, use Google, and free platforms like let's say Coursera or Allison. They offer free education, free learning materials. Get any job or gig, like a casual labor, delivery, or a shop work. The goal is cash flow and learning how a business works from inside. That is what you have to learn. That is what I'm saying, that you have to get your mind mature. Your mind in your 20s, most people live this life up to their death. Their 60s, 80s without a mature mind. Why? Because they played it safe. They played it safe. They never tried to cross the line. They never tried to burst into the walls. They never tried to go over the boundaries that were set because they were afraid. They wanted to keep it safe. They never tried to risk. Just go into any kind of job. It doesn't fucking matter. If you have to become a billionaire, you don't have to go into medicine. You don't have to engineer. People are not, most of them. It doesn't matter which job if you go into a high-paying job. What matters is the mindset you have into the world, how you are grounded into reality. I have already said this. I'm telling you, get a job and learn the business. Learn how business works. All businesses are the same. They just have a different framework. You just learn how money flows in the system. And I want you to know this. School is not your enemy. When I'm saying that it is not a must you go into medicine or high-paying careers, I don't mean that learning is bad. You must read obsessively. Read about finance, read about the world, diversify, open your mind to new opportunities, learn that the world is abundant. That is the reason of learning. Learn. The books I will recommend to you is A Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Millionaire Next Door, biographies of like Manu Shandaria, James Mwangi. Both are documented very well. Mwangi literally grew up in poverty. Do you know that? So, find a mentor or attach yourself to a very successful person. Offer free work in exchange for learning. Because once you go there to learn and get paid, or maybe to work there to get paid, you get that employee mentality. And that is not what you're looking for. You don't want that employee mentality. So, it doesn't fucking matter where you are in life today. It doesn't fucking matter. Look, Dr. James Mwangi started as a junior accountant. SK Macharia started with a small transport business. Will came before money for all of them. The will to do it, the will to become something greater than your name. Start something small. Keep reinvesting. Start a micro business in space. You now understand, like the business you just got into. Like let's say mitumba, food, cleaning services, digital work, farming hardware. Don't be discouraged that there are people who are multi-millionaires from that industry or dominating that industry. You replace them. The only thing they have is because they got there first. And as you stay long there enough with a clear mindset, with that mindset that you are going to dominate that industry, we are well set